Namaste, everybody. My name is Vinod Varapravan. I hope you can all hear me. We'll get started in a few minutes, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you for joining, everybody. And to get things rolling, we'll get the president of SAGE, Mr. Rajiv Bhaskar, to kind of get things started here. Rajiv ji, go ahead.
Namaste, and a warm welcome to each one of you joining us this evening. Whether you are here for the first time or you have been attending Swamiji's classes in the past, now, today, on a Sunday evening, to be a part of something which we hope will be a meaningful part of our every week for a long time to come. So, today marks the beginning of a new journey for all of us, SAGE, weekly online study class of Bhagavad Gita. And before we go any further, let us take a moment to welcome and thank you, Swamiji, Swami Chidananda Puri, who will be our guide through this journey. And it's a rare privilege to have a teacher like Swamiji to be with us, walk with us, teach with us, verse by verse, through the text, which is a profound spiritual guide as Bhagavad Gita. We are all deeply grateful for his presence and guidance. And those who are maybe new to SAGE, SAGE is Sangara Advaita Ashramam for Global Enlightenment. SAGE's mission is simple but not small: to preserve, teach, and leave the timeless wisdom of Sanatana Dharma and Advaita Vedanta. And today's class is one of the expression of that mission. And invitation for all of us, whether we are in the world, to sit together virtually or even together in physical presence and learn. The question may be coming up, why Bhagavad Gita and why now? Gita was born out of a moment of a crisis, as we know the story goes. Like Arjuna standing in the battlefield, overwhelmed by the doubt, torn between duty and despair. And I think it is exactly why Gita continues to be matter for thousands of years later. Because of the confusion, doubt, and difficult choices we have to make every day, it's not an ancient problem. They are all deeply human ones, which we every day encounter. Those are our problems too, right? So Gita does not offer easy answers, as we know. It offers clarity rather than the clear vision throughout the life, what we need to do, what we need to engage, a way of seeing our actions, our relationship, and what is coming out from our inner life and steadiness, rather than pulled away in different directions, the world about it. Over the coming weeks, we hope Swamiji will guide us through the Gita by sloka, not in a very rushed manner, but unfolding with the care and the deep meaning it deserves. So we don't need to be any prior background for Gita. And only thing we are, the expectation from us would an open mind and a sincere willingness to reflect, study, listen, and be in that. And you have been studied Gita before, and some of us might have done it, but no matter what, it will be revealing a new meaning every time, every day. So this is also important. The community, we are all seekers from different places, different backgrounds, coming together, something which we share, a wish to understand, little more clarity, and to live a little more wisely, I would say. So we would encourage you to come back with each week, because the session builds on what comes before, and the journey is richer when we walk together. So with that, we thank you everyone who spent I would say, very pricely Sunday evening. We warm welcome everyone with gratitude and humility and with an open heart. So handing over to Swamiji and Vinodji, sorry.
Thank you, Rajiv. Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Anyways, thanks, Rajiv ji, for that intro into the program and that of Sage. Like Rajiv ji said, we are very fortunate to be able to learn study the Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of one of the most renowned uh, teachers of Advaita Vedanta that we know of today. Uh, Before we get started with the session, and I'm sure most of you have heard Swamiji and heard of Swamiji's work and, and his activities across the spectrum for Sanatana Dharma. But before we get started, I do want to kind of just go through a little bit of intro about Swamiji, even though most of us know about him. So Pujya Swami Chidananda Puri is a distinguished scholar of Advaita Vedanta and a prominent spiritual leader. Swamiji accepted Sannyasa Diksha in 1989. In 1992, Swamiji established Advaita Ashram in Kolattur, Kerala, as a sanctuary of deep spiritual inquiry. As the founder and managing trustee of Sri Sankara Charitable Trust, he oversees 12 branches nationwide. He's also the managing trustee of the Sri Shankara Charitable Trust, which oversees 12 branches nationwide, disseminating the teachings of Sanatana Dharma and Vedanta, mostly through classes, retreats, and intensive Vedanta courses. A globally recognized orator, Swamiji has conducted lectures and camps in over 15 countries, bridging the gap between traditional wisdom and modern academia. Beyond his monastic duties, Swamiji is actively involved in many of the academic and leadership contributions. Swamiji served as a visiting professor of Sanatana Dharma at the chair for Sanatana Dharma Studies in the University of Calicut. His intellectual legacy includes more than 60 published books, including detailed commentary on the Shankara Bhashya of Bhagavad Gita and many other works on spiritual and social ethics, and has been serving as a chief editor of Advaita Ashramam Satsangam monthly magazine for the last several decades. Currently, he lends his leadership to several pivotal organizations, including serving as the president of the Darshak Mandal, Kerala, and trustee of the Adi Shankara Sanskrit Ekata Nyas, Madhya Pradesh, etc. In 2025, Swamiji expanded his mission to North America by establishing SAGE, which is Shankara Advaita Ashramam for Global Enlightenment, like Rajiv ji mentioned. And it is a 501c3 registered not-for-profit organization in California. And serving as its permanent director, Swamiji envisioned SAGE as a modern sanctuary where the timeless teachings of Adi Shankaracharya becomes practical tools for navigating today's fast-paced world. Swamiji believes that the Vedanta teachings can guide individuals and communities towards lasting peace and unity. So most of the stay, and Swamiji has been active across the spectrum again, acting as an advocate for Sanatana Dharma and actually living what he teaches. Now, moving over to the class itself, there are a few house rules that I want to go over. And we did put some of that in the email, but just reiterate some of them. So please keep your video turned on throughout the class. Unless you're experiencing technical difficulties, we encourage you to do that so that we know whom we're talking to for security reasons and all of that. Ensure your name is correctly displayed on Zoom so that facilitators can recognize who is asking a question and all of that. As soon as you enter the meeting, you'll all be muted by default. And when you need to ask a question during the Q&A period, you can use the raise hand feature and we can unmute you and then you can ask your question, or feel free to ask the question in the chat box, right? And please use the chat mindfully and respectfully, and you'll be allowed to chat just with the host and co-host. So, and please ensure your questions are brief and directly relevant to the topic. Again, welcome everybody. We look forward to learning and reflecting together under the able guidance of Swamiji. Thank you. Now over to Swamiji. Sorry, Sumaji, do you want to play the intro video now?
Sure, Vinodji. Yeah.
That was the video, right, Umaji?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Swamiji unmuted now?
Yeah, Swamiji's unmuted. And if you can just pin Swamiji, I'll pin Swamiji. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're ready to go,
Can you
Swamiji.
hear
All
me?
yours. Yeah, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes.
Yeah. Namaste.
So, yeah.
Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Oh. Namaste to all. So today we are starting a study. We are not going to start a lecture on Gita. It must be a learning process. And of course, explanations and commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, shloka by shloka, is required. But at the same time, we must have interactive sessions, questions and answers, doubt clearing sessions. Then only this will become in the proper language a study. From next week onwards, hopefully we will start at the correct time, keeping the punctuality of time. For half an hour or more, we can have Bhagavad Gita shlokas, and then we can have a question answers for some time. Most of you had gone through the study of Bhagavad Gita, and some may be in the beginning stage. However, as we are going to start, it is essential to have an introduction in the beginning. Not long, we can have a short introduction what Bhagavad Gita is. And why should we learn? In this age, what's the importance of that study? First of all, the term Bhagavad Gita means that which has been sung by Bhagavan. Giyate iti Gita. That which is being sung. So it is a song of Bhagavan. Everybody knew that in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjuna was in a state of utter confusion, and when he was entering into a state of despondency, not knowing what to do, in that perplexity, he approached Bhagavan and asked for a guidance. And it was at that time Bhagavan gave this great sermon, which is called by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya, as the essence of all Vedic teachings. Bhagavan Bhashyakara introduces Bhagavad Gita as Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. This is a word or a sentence on which we must pay attention. It shows in the literature of Sanatana Dharma scriptures, what is the position of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Idam Gita Shastram. This scripture, which is Bhagavad Gita, is Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. The essence of essence. You see, when we use the word Sara, there is no more need to use the word Sangraha. When we use the word Sangraha, we need not use Sara. But Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya writes, Sara Sangraha Bhutam, the essence of what? Samasta Vedartha, the meaning of all the Vedas. See, the whole edifice of Sanatana Dharma is built on the teachings of Veda. And therefore, Veda is the very base or the root or the substratum on which the whole of Sanatana Dharma is resting. As aptly put by Bhagavan Vedavyasa and Manu, Vedoghilo Dharma Moolam. Veda is the root of Dharma. From Veda, Dharma sprouts. In Veda, Dharma is resting. It is the very base. And of course, there will come a question, what is meant by Veda? Is it a set of books? No. There are thousands and thousands of books in that vast literature, which we call Veda, of course. But at the same time, the meaning of Veda is not something written. It is not a set of books. It is the knowledge. It is the wisdom. As the term Veda comes from the root, dhatu, vid jnane. Vid jnane. That is the meaning of the dhatu. Vid is to know. Know what? Know what? See, from the very beginning of human beings, that means when we started living here in this globe as human beings, in Samskrita as Manushya or Manava, the world around us, the manifestations I am experiencing around me, they post a big question mark. Because we are human beings, we are Manushyas. You know what is the meaning of Manushya or Manava? It comes from the dhatu, root, Manu Avabodhane. That means to know. To know. So the message is, we Manushyas have the capacity to know, the ability to know, to cognize. As beings with that ability to know, this big question mark came. What is the world I am experiencing around? What is this? With innumerable parts, but well coordinated. What is this? And when I am observing these manifestations around me, I am seeing a perfect order is there. A perfect scheme is binding everything or holding everything. There is a rule like cause and effect. And if there is a rule, there must be a ruler. I'm not seeing that. But there must be. Who is that? Who is ruling? Who is controlling this? And as I know, there must be a cause for all effects. What is the ultimate cause of this universe which I am seeing, I am experiencing? What is that? And finally, who am I? I am living in this body. I am here with this body, mind, intellect complex. Of course, I have senses of cognition and organs of action. But all these are instruments through which I am working, through which I am experiencing. Or in a better way, through which I am manifesting myself. But who am I? So these questions were there from the very beginning of Manushyas, human race. First, regarding the world, what is this? From where? The second, regarding the controller, who is controlling this? Or who is the ultimate cause of all this? And finally, regarding myself, who am I? So these three questions were there. The Jagat, the Ishvara, and the Jiva aspects. Three aspects. First of all, the Jagat aspect. What is this world? Second, the Ishvara aspect. Who is controlling this? And finally, who am I? The Jiva aspect. So these three questions were there from the very beginning of humanity. And of course, within us, these questions come. And many a times, we will go away from these questions, these queries, for more practical causes. But the rishis, the seers, who discovered the whole of Vedas, they dedicated their lives, fully dedicated their lives for this quest, for getting the answers for these itching questions. And with fullest dedication and submission, they underwent rigorous tapasyas, inquiries, and finally realized the reality, the truth. They got the answers for these itching questions. And these answers, which they got, out of love and compassion, because of love and compassion to the whole world, they revealed in a most loving language. And that teaching, that revelations, that is called by the name Veda, the ultimate knowledge, the ultimate wisdom. And of course, we cannot teach the final lessons in the beginning. However intellectual we may be, in whatever height of intellectual capability we are staying in, we cannot teach the whole of the teachings in the beginning. Stage by stage, we have to lead the aspirant. And therefore, the teachings of Veda is in a staged or phased manner. First comes those teachings which are supposed to be given for making the seeker disciplined, with a sharp intellect, with pure mind, with the real capacity to inquire into the more and more subtler realms. So that is the first part of Vedic teaching. And it is called Karma Kanda. It is called Karma Kanda. And after that is when we have that required sharpness of intellect, purity of mind, and discipline, inner discipline. Then only we can go for the subtle knowledge, real answers to the questions mentioned earlier. That part is called Jnana Kanda or Vedanta. So these are the two parts of Veda, Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. So Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Bhagavad Gita is the summary of all these teachings. All these teachings. So, through studying Gita, we can have a peep into the teachings of Veda. Nobody can say by studying Gita we will learn the whole of Veda. No. But we will get what is the summary of Veda. Knowing this is essential because it is the very base of Dharma. We are not speaking about any religion. Dharma has nothing to do with religion. Many times we misunderstand Dharma to be something like a religion. No. Really, there is no connection between religion and Dharma. Dharma is something else and religion entirely different. Dharma is that which is holding everything together. It is the rhythm of the manifestations, or we can say the rhythm of the universe. Because the term dharma comes from the root dhatu dhr dharane or dhrinya dharana poshanayoho. From these two dhatus we can derive the term dharma. And please remember, we cannot translate this Shabda Dharma into any other language. You may be scholars in many languages, but please understand, we cannot translate the Shabda Dharma into any other language. You cannot. It is unique. It is that which is holding everything together. From subatomic particles to the grossest universe. We do not know the limit of the universe. Nowadays we are rather saying about multiverses. More than universe, we are using the term multiverse today. But there is nothing new for us. Because those who are chanting Lalita Sahasranama must know the name of Bhagavati as Aneka Kodi Brahmanda Janani. Aneka Kodi Brahmanda Janani. She is the mother of innumerable crores and crores of Brahmandas. Or those who are reciting Shiva Sahasranama must know the name of Bhagavan as Ananta Kodi Brahmanda Nayakaha. Ananta Kodi Brahmanda Nayakaha is the leader of crores and crores of Brahmandas. So we do not know the limit of the universe, but we know there are crores and crores of Brahmandas within. And even within one Brahmanda, how many galaxies are there? Even within one galaxy, how many stars are there? How many planets are there? We do not know. But we know this much from a microscopic this being or a subatomic particle to the grossest universe. A scheme, an order, a rule is holding everything together. Everything is abided by that. And that is called dharma. It is not religion. Dharyate anena sarvam iti dharma. By which everything are held together. All the manifestations are held together through the thread of dharma. And that is making the world sustain. Only because of dharma, the world is sustaining. It is not religion. Religion must be according to dharma. If religion is in conformity with dharma, or if it is according to dharma, it will be for the better of the world. If science and technology, if economic systems, political systems, social systems, whatever it is moving along with dharma, it will be for the better of the world. If they are against dharma, then they will be disastrous. It will distract the very fabric of the universe. And therefore, while defining dharma, Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya says, Jakataha sthiti karanam. Jakataha sthiti karanam. It is a cause for the sustenance of the Jagat, the world, the society. So we must know the rules of dharma. It is not a religion. It is what is holding everything together, everybody together. That gives the most wanted feeling or recognition that we are one. It gives the great message of acceptance. Accepting everybody and everything as one, as the manifestations of one reality. And from Dharma, the great message of Bharat, I am not speaking about India. I am very well aware that we are not sitting in India. Even though I am sitting in India, many of you are not from India. But we can and we must spread the message of Bharat everywhere. It is the message of knowledge. It is the message of wisdom. And it is the message of unity in diversity. We are accepting diversity. Of course, diversity is here. But there is the thread of unity underlying everything. And that message, it is, in a nutshell, we can say, it is Dharma. So, Veda is the very base of Dharma. Through a proper study of Veda, we will get the real message of Dharma, and it is essential in this world of today, where everywhere, even within individual, even within families, within villages, within countries, and within this globe, everywhere battles and strifes. I and you, mine and your. All these are making so many battles. So this message of Dharma, we have to realize and we have to spread to give real solace to the world, to the society, to make know others that we are one. See? So the study of Dharma, the study of Veda is essential. Not only that, see, we are going to learn Bhagavad Gita. It is not a piece of teaching given to a student in a place of solitude, in a calm atmosphere. No. Everybody knew that this teaching was given in a battlefield, the most complex situation in the world, the most complex in a battlefield. If it was given in a calm atmosphere, in a forest, or in a cave, or in a place of solitude, as many Upanishads were extolled, we can say it's a piece of teaching for those who are really want to have a retreat. But this is not that. This is a teaching given to a warrior, a soldier in a battlefield. He was in utter despair. He was in a state of confusion. He was in a state of despondency. He was in a state in which he was not sure to do what and what not. Because he was facing two opposites. One, the personality of a soldier, of a warrior who have to fight, who has to fight. There is no other way. On the other side, all our relatives, teachers, most respectable persons, what to do? That means Arjuna was in a state of confusion regarding one's own duty. When individual concerns, all the my's, this is mine. It comes in the way of determining dharma as a hurdle. See, this state is common in our life. This is not a state faced by Arjuna 5,156 years back. The battle of Mahabharata was fought 26 years before the advent of Kali Yuga. So this year we are going through the year 5,128. So add 26 with that. Then 5,154. So that much years back, Arjuna was in a state of confusion. And even now, this is our state. We are also living in a battlefield. Not exactly like the battlefield of Arjuna, but everybody of us, we are in the battlefield. Incessant wars are being fought. Many times we are sitting confused what to do, because we know what ought to be done. That is the problem. We know. The problem is not that we do not know. No. The problem is we know what to do, what ought to do. But when personal concerns comes, when the factor I or me, let me repeat once more. When the factor I or me comes as a hurdle in the path of duty, even though I know what should be done, I am in an utter confusing state. It is not a state which Arjuna faced 5,000 years back. It is a state we are facing in our day-to-day life. So, if we are not getting a proper path, if there is no somebody to show the real path, our confusion may develop into a state of despondency, and we will be in utter trouble. We will lose even the greatness of human birth. So we want a guide. We must have a guide to show the path. We can see a great guide in Bhagavad Gita. She is the mother of all. She is the mother. This mother, Mother Bhagavad Gita, if we are submitting to her, dedicating to her, if we are ready to hear the voice of that mother, no doubt, there is no doubt at all, that we will be able to face all odds in life. We'll be able to cross all stringent situations in life. No doubt at all. So we can pay attention to the voice of this great mother, Bhagavad Gita. This is the essence of Veda. This is a practical teaching in the field of Dharma. More than that, let us see one more aspect. See, when somebody asks a question, what is the goal of human life? For what you are living here? Many times we are thinking about how to live in this world. But the basic question is, why you are living here? Not the house, but the whys. That is most important. Why I am living here? What is the goal of my life? If we ask these questions, of course, different answers may come. Different answers. In what level of intellectual maturity we are. So the answers will differ. But I'm sure everybody will come together and join with me if I'm saying the goal is happiness, sukham. Sukham, I want happiness. I want to be happy. Sukham. That is the goal of human life. If I'm saying paradise is the goal, heaven is the goal, or Vaikuntha is the goal, Kailasa is the goal, so many differences of opinions will creep in and fights will happen. But when I say the goal of human life is happiness, sukham, everybody will join with me. But when the question comes what sukham is, what is that happiness? Diverse answers will come. When I was a small kid, I thought by eating sweets, sweetmeats, or some mithais, I can have happiness. Or by enjoying nature around me, I can have happiness. Of course, that is happiness. But still, I am in search of higher and higher happiness. And what is that ultimately? That is called by our rishis moksham. That is getting rid of all sorrows, transcending all limitations, having the ultimate freedom in this life. The ultimate freedom. Freedom from all bondages, freedom from ignorance, freedom from sorrows. And that is nothing but realizing the ultimate happiness. Beautifully, it is described by Bhagavan Sri Narayana Gurudev in Malayalam language. Aranam varanam nityam varanam sukham. Nobody can write more than that. Nobody can write about moksha more than that. It is final words. Aranam varanam nityam varanam sukham. You have to immerse in that ultimate happiness. That is moksha. It is not going somewhere. It is not a state which we are getting after our death. No. It is a state which we are experiencing here here in this life, in this world, now, here. And what is the way to reach at that? There Acharya says, there are different paths. Even though the goal is one, the ultimate happiness, the path that is different. That is according to our temperament, our guna structures, path differs. And these paths are called by the name yoga. There are different yogas. Karma yoga is there, bhakti yoga is there, jnana yoga is there, ashtanga yoga is there. So many yogas are there. And this term yoga, really I am having a fear to use that. Because in the present day world, I have heard of brandy yoga, whiskey yoga, rum yoga, goat yoga, lamb yoga, this yoga, that yoga. I don't know what type of yogas are there. But still, in the most traditional and scientific language, yoga is the path which leads us to that ultimate happiness. Of course, there are many ways, even though the goal is one. In the Bhagavad Gita, we can see or we can learn all these yoga paths integrated. So we can say that yoga is a shastra of integral yoga. It is a scripture which leads us to moksha. It is the essence of Vedic teaching. It is a practical guide in a world of reality. And it is a scripture of integral yoga. So as Bhagavad Gita is all of this, it's a most precious practical guide which we must have with us. And of course, slowly, step by step, we can enter into the study of Gita. We can submit ourselves at the feet of that mother. Of course, we need not get loose. Our intellectual capabilities, our reasoning power, our questioning mind. So while studying Gita, we must have all these. We must have Shraddha, we must have Yukti. So this study must go step by step. Of course, with interactive sessions, questions and answers. Half the time will be dedicated for that from next week onwards. And we can come together and have a proper study of Bhagavad Gita. I think from next class onwards, we can enter into Bhagavad Gita. And today, I'm not entering into that. Just a bird's eye view regarding what Gita is, why we should learn that, what's the importance of Gita for us, that too in the present day world, that we have to keep in mind. And please understand, this path comes in the Mahabharata, that is in the 6th Parva, Bhishma Parva, from 25th chapter. That is 25th chapter of Bhishma Parva is the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So it goes up to 42nd chapter. So we are not going to study the whole of Mahabharata. This part we are taking and we are studying to, we are trying to learn. because nobody can finish the study of Bhagavad Gita. You learn 1,000 times. And the next time you enter into the study of Gita, you will get more and more newer aspects, newer teachings. So this is a continuous journey. As Rajivji started in the beginning, this is a journey. This is not something sitting together and studying. This is a journey. We can go together. This Mother Gita is here as the greatest guide. So with all devotion, we can start the study from the next sitting. And in that, of course, we can have first the study part, the second question answer part, and we must keep punctuality. And of course, as this is an online session, so many factors are there. The network issues, all these are there. Let us think for the best with an auspicious thought, with an auspicious sankalpa. The power of conviction is there. So there must be a prayer first, an auspicious prayer, then an auspicious wish to learn, an auspicious conviction that we will do. With that, we can begin the study. Today I am concluding. So, Vinodji, you can take, and namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji, and thank you for. I mean, Swamiji mentioned it's a bird's eye view, and really a bird's eye view in less than 45 minutes. It covered what Veda is, what is Dharma, that Dharma is not equal to religion, and how Gita can help us, because always a question that we get is, what's in it for me? How can Gita help me at different age groups? Right, Swamiji kind of covered it very quickly there. The goal of life and the different levels of happiness and the ultimate happiness of moksha. So really, I was it's a bird's eye view, and thank you for joining us on this journey. I'm sure some of you have questions. You may email us with your questions. Like Swamiji said, from next class onwards, we will take questions in the chat, and we'll devote some time to the questions. But please feel free to kind of email us or put it in the WhatsApp group. There's a link that you should all have received in your email to join a WhatsApp group. Maybe Sumaji, you can just share the email link in the chat, the WhatsApp link to join the WhatsApp group in this chat, so people can do that as well. So keep your questions coming, and try and attend regularly. Keep your videos on, keep your type your full names in, and like Swamiji said, we'll get on with this journey and find a practical way to implement Gita in our lives. Thank you all. Good night, everybody.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.